VDL bites the bullet, switching to beg for alliance with UK as border crisis is on the horizon. Ursula von der Leyen is seeking an alliance with the UK, US and Canada as the EU face a destabilization crisis amid an escalating migrant crisis at the Belarus-Poland border. Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko has been accused of sending thousands of refugees towards Poland, in what the EU has dubbed a hybrid attack. Speaking about the situation to the European Parliament, Ms von der Leyen said, "It is the EU as a whole that is being challenged. The strategy employed by Belarus is based very clearly on the complicity of tour operators and their intermediaries. This was not a migration crisis. This was an attempt by an authoritarian regime to destabilize their democratic neighbors. In response, the EU is coordinating with the UK, US and Canada to prepare a package of sanctions for Belarus, including a blacklist for travel companies that help refugees move towards the EU. Such companies, which provide a range of services including visas, accommodation, flights or other transportation, could lose their authorization to offer their services, refuel or maintain their means of transport in the EU." Ms von der Leyen said, "We agreed that to counter this behavior, it is important to coordinate our sanctions and to work with countries of origin and the airlines that are transporting migrants to Minsk. And this is what we have done, and what we are doing. We are in the process of coordinating our sanctions with the United States, Canada and the UK." Ms von der Leyen has also offered to triple aid packages for affected EU countries, including Poland, Lithuania, and Latvia, to secure their borders, with each country getting an extra €200 million. Mr. Lukashenko has been accused of using the refugees as pawns in his battle with the nations. Calling the wave of refugees an invasion, the Polish government has said it is determined to defend Europe. The Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki said, "The Polish government is determined and we will defend the security of our country and the entire EU, respecting our international obligations and bearing in mind, above all, the interests of the state and the safety of Polish soldiers, border guard officers and citizens." The Polish government sent 12,000 troops to reinforce the 10,000 already stationed at the border. However, in what may be seen as a retreat, Belarus is said to have flown hundreds of refugees from the border back to the Middle East, according to Polish government sources. A spokesperson for the Polish Secret Services, Stanisław Zarin, said that one plane with 118 migrants on board took off from Minsk on Monday. But speaking on the Polish television channel TVP Info, he added, "There is no evidence that the Lukashenko regime is moving away from its strategic plan. It would be premature to see this as a step towards escalation. There are also signs that further migrants were being brought to the border." Amnesty International has described the conditions the refugees are living in as horrendous, saying that Poland's removal of refugees has so far been illegal. Yves Jeddy, director of Amnesty International's European Institutions Office, said, "Poland has been cruelly holding this group of people on their border in horrendous conditions for weeks. Our analysis shows irrefutably on August 18, their position shifted from Poland to Belarus overnight, which strongly suggests that they were victims of an unlawful pushback." President von der Leyen also announced that the Commission would propose blacklisting of transport operators involved in facilitating the smuggling or trafficking of people. Speaking of the support for border management, President von der Leyen said that the Commission decided to triple the funds currently earmarked for Lithuania, Latvia, and Poland. This package of security measures is designed to tackle the current emergency, and to underline our solidarity with the member states on the front line, she explained. Member states facing such a hybrid attack must be able to respond effectively to the emergency situation they face. At the same time, they need to fully respect fundamental rights and international obligations, she said, and called for finding a way to reconcile the two aspects. The aim is to support member states to set up the right processes, to manage irregular arrivals in a swift and orderly way, in line with fundamental rights. In conclusion, President von der Leyen reaffirmed the EU's commitment and capacity to address this crisis. The European Union has the will, the unity and the resolve to face this and future crises. The resolve